Hello everyone and welcome to Golden Nova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. You've caught me in my fancy wear a little bit. I just got finished streaming with Nell Celestine. We're playing through Valhalla, so I had to get my, fancy bartender garb on. But as we were finishing stream, I had to check Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization just in case, and as it turns out, Alliance Insight is bringing us another big chunk of cards, and would you believe it? It's for another theme that I've already done a video on, so you'll have to wait a while for the roundup talking about these ones. But for now, Heraldic Beasts. This was a very of its time theme. I believe my analysis was that it was so specialized for Xyz that it could never be good in any format outside of it. It was like stealing names, it was stealing the effects of Xyz monsters, but it did have these cool tools that made for a very strong rank 4 engine. Now, Ryziel has basically usurped the title of the rank 4, the rank 4 sphere. But these are very anti-Xyz, so maybe these will allow us to fight back about that, fight fire with fire, Xyz with Xyz, all that kind of stuff. I guess we'll see as we move forward here. Let's take a look at what we've got. Our header is Heraldic Beast Griffin, a level 4 Wind Wing Beast monster with 1600 attack and 1000 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send a Heraldic Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard, except a copy of this card, to special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except by Xyz summon, using only monsters with Heraldic Beast and or number in their original name as material. Oh, that's... well, it certainly keeps you from splashing in the Ryziel stuff, because that's a whole bunch of level 4 nonsense, but... God, that blows. Like, as far as restrictions go, you have things like Tri-Brigade, where it limits you to only using the Tri-types as link material, but nothing else. That's a pretty, like, slap on the wrist kind of restriction, but this one is like, you can only Xyz summon and use particular material. That's rough. Second effect, though, this can be treated as 2 material for the Xyz summon of a number Xyz monster that requires 3 or more material. We saw something similar with Shark recently, so this is the second card that can act as a double Xyz material. It does want to make sure that it requires 3 or more material, so it will have minimum 2. I forget which ones require multiple material is the thing. I probably should have brought up a list of them. We might double check that near the end here just in case. Next up is Heraldic Beast Stat Whale, level 4 Water Fish. Level 4 Water Fish. 900 attack, 1900 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can discard a card to add 2 Heraldry spell or trap cards from your deck to your hand. That's pretty nice. The Heraldry cards, they were nothing to scoff at. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 2 Heraldic Beast monsters with the same name in your graveyard. Special summon them in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for this turn except by Xyz summon using only monster Heraldic Beast and our numbers in the original name. At least it said numbers, right? So you can still rank up Magic into stuff. So that's kind of nifty. Number 69... Heraldry Crest Shatter Stream. Rank 4 Light Psychic Xyz monster, 2000 attack, 1600 defense. Requires 4 level 4 monsters as material. So, or 2 Beast Griffins. So that's pretty nifty. You can also Xyz summon this card by using 1 monster you control whose original name is number 69 Heraldry Crest. Oh, or you can just do the rank up stuff. When a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field, or an opponent's monster declares an attack as a quick effect, you can special summon a number 69 Heraldry Crest Dark Matter Demolition from your extra deck. By using this card you control's material, then destroy that opponent's monster. This is treated as an Xyz summon, transfer its material to the summoned monster. So that's very telegraphed. And it only triggers on monster effects activated on your opponent's field, not from their hand and not from their graveyard. But also if it's on an attack, so... if there's anything that is even remotely threatening when they go to combat, you can essentially... I assume that Shatterstream upgrades into Dark Matter Demolition, which might be our next one. Now, these names seem familiar. These might be versions of Heraldry Crest that were like have absorbed something. My very limited off-the-cuff knowledge when it comes to Zexal stuff, but Shatterstream sounds familiar. Dark Matter recalls Dark Matter Dragon, so I'm going off on a limb here and saying that that's the case here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Heraldry Crest Dark Matter Demolition. Rank 4 Light Xyz monster. Requires 5 level 4 monsters. 3100 attack, 1900 defense. There's no alternative summoning requirement here. But we do have the way to do it from the previous rank 4. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Second effect. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach a material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its name is treated as unknown. Third, when a monster effect is activated by opponent resolves, if that monster's name is unknown, negate that activated effect. Huh. So, the Heraldry Crest cards did steal names as part of their whole thing. Names and effects, but they did it for specifically Xyz monsters. Now, it doesn't steal their effect necessarily, but it does steal their name because unknown is not a part of any archetype. You're effectively giving them a blank name. And then, as a continuous effect, not an activated one, when a monster effect activated by your opponent resolves, if its name is unknown, negate the activated effect, so it will negate on resolution. So you're kind of stealing it in that way, but now it works on everything. Okay. Color me intrigued. Will there be other cards that will name things unknown? Apparently, that seems to be the case. Heraldry Flash, another heraldry spell that we can search with our effects. You can only use the second effect of this card's name second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, target any number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. Their names are treated as unknown. During your end phase of this card is in your graveyard. You can and you control a Psychic Xyz monster. You can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Oh, so it gets double value out of it. So any number of them, which means that, you can use Dark Matter Demolition to get the negate set up. You can use Heraldry Flash. Notably, when you change their names, it does not seem that it wears off. This means that anything that requires them to be archetypal also shuts off, which is very funny. I'm thinking things like fusion material, or like required for like Xyz materials or required tuner materials, stuff like that. I know this is so far off of most people's radars right now because Branded is so outclassed by things, but hitting the Albaz with Heraldry Flash, even if you don't negate the effect, its name is no longer Albaz, it's unknown, so it fizzles that fusion effect. For more pertinent effects, there is the Ryziel cards. One of them is a generic rank 4, but I think Deadnator requires 2 Ryziel monsters, so not that it super matters, right? Because you can go into Twin whatever, and then that searches you 2 cards, and that can make Deadnator, but that's besides the point. Maybe you wait for them to commit to another thing, and then they'll have no choice. They will not have the material to make a Detonator. I'm trying to think of what other stuff. There's also the Malice cards right now, but I don't think the Malice cards care about any named stuff, so you're only going to care about negating with Dark Matter Demolition in that regard. But this, once again, is the weakness of the Heraldry cards. It cares about a monsters on board. It does not stop anything in the banishment. It does not stop anything in the graveyard. None of that. That being said, interesting stuff. I don't know if it brings them into a new age, but it does certainly give them a twist on their effects that works in the modern age. And it does it in a way that is unique to them. I love the idea that we're effectively scrubbing the name of a monster to remove its association with any archetype. That's super cool to me. I love that interaction. I hope it gets some actual good usage out of it. And here's hoping that Heraldry, Beast, Griffin, and Statwhale put in some work. More ways to get your Heraldry spells and traps is good. This gets you more material for your summons. Does it negate the effects of what we summon? It does not, so we can just get double Heraldic Beast Griffins and go to town. So yeah, that about does it. Thank you all so much for listening in. Let me know what your thoughts are on Heraldic Beasts. Are there any combos that I'm missing out on? The fact that Leo exists, giving you almost near limitless potential for grabbing any of these cards, seems pretty good to me, but I don't know what the practical applications is. So if any of you have any ideas, please let me know down below. I'm so interested to hear all of them because I love your goofy techs. And as always, until the next time Konami drops some juicy spoilers, I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and get 5% off your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders Upstairs Media and the Critic of Innocence, Nebula Navigator's Third Dynasty, 50 Gigabytes, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Kane Senpai, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Copperbottom, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Going It/Its for the Bit/Bits, Great Big Pillock, Hair Bear, Happy Majin, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Millennia Asta, Muse Clark, Neon Yami Nair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Bat Boos, Rank 10 Trains, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Thievery Coast and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders Ally Vatnia, Animasta, Baron Von Titty Sprinkles, Beelzephyr, Fish, Beluga Masta, Blitzwolf, Caesar M, Chazghost, Dr. Reaper, RIP, Eva Padilla, Gary Lick Bread, Hike Boyagian, Herbal D, Inblink, Kale the Dragon, Lobomaru02, Manga Pages, Matt Simmons, McSpoofy, Natiel Lee Alexander, Nitromo, Not Al Gore, Nyx, Obsidian, Rainer Leong, Ryan Kairos, Shizuka Nijimura, Sir Knight JCB, Sophie, apparently, Sphilia, Stephen Williamson, The Legendary Raven, The Phantom Knights of Shitted Pants, The Gene, Tiger X2476, Weasel King of Weaseltown and Zal Dreka, as well as all the wonderful Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.